In this video,
That right hand, then the left hook. And that's the end of it. That's all he wants.
we look back at some of the most brutal knockouts in boxing history.
Boxing at the moment, Nigel Benn in the golden trunks.
Like Romero, and you see.
Let's get straight to it. In his first defense of the world title, Kostya Tszyu didn't just defend it, he practically put on a clinic.
He won the title over Miguel Angel Gonzalez in a dominant performance. And goes Santos for the first time in the fight.
He hurt him a little bit, but then he hit him with a beautiful right uppercut. What I said before, just come up top. Work it, come up top.
You all right, son?
No, he's not all right. He's in trouble. No, he's not all right.
Well, let's see if it ends here in the 8th round. That's the 4th time Santos has gone down. He goes down for the 2nd time, and Frank Cappuccino says it's over. It's all over after the 2nd knockdown, and Kostya Tszyu retains his title.
He landed a beautiful short uppercut that sent his opponent to the canvas. Now, when you're hurt against you, it's like trying to escape quicksand. You just don't. The man's a sharpshooter, and once he had Santos wobbling, he finished the job with a devastating clubbing right hand.
For Kostya Tszyu, I see nothing but great things for this kid in the next year or two.
A surgical-like performance by Kostya Tszyu.
What a bonus for the crowd here in Wisbech to see, for my money, the most exciting prospect in British boxing at the moment. Nigel Benn in the golden trunks, and that is one punch, and Ian Chandler is down. He's very close to us, and he will not get up from that. I hardly had time to get the sentence out. Chandler, it has to be said, has never been knocked down in his career before.
This fight was so swift and decisive that it left the crowd blinking in disbelief. Ben used some sharp head movement to create the perfect angle and then delivered a right hand that was both decisive and powerful.
First round. For my money, it was the first punch of the fight from Ben. Bang on the button. And you've got to say he punches hard and he punches accurately. And poor Ian Chandler.
I thought that Ben was an extremely exciting fighter in his prime. In his title defense against another Japanese fighter, Lopez was in his element. He started by investing in body shots like he was buying real estate.
やっぱり勝ちはなんとかその変則的な動きでもいいんです。この左も届きません平野。飛び込んだところ逆にカウンター。いいボディでしたね。
His counterpunching and movement made it clear that the opponent was attending the Mexican School of Boxing, and class was in session.
いいですね平野ね。今度はミラーアッパーもう一つ右アッパー。平野君としてもどうしたらいいかっていうのね。どうなんですか井岡さんが仮に。
The stoppage was a well-deserved conclusion to a textbook performance.
捕まってます平野。危ない。さあこれはダウン完全に取りました。レフェリーのルディ
ストップですかね。
いきなりストップをかけましたか。
もうストップですね。
ストップをかけました平野でした。まだ、椅子に腰を下ろしましてその傷口の手当てなどセコンドの手当てなどを受けております挑戦者の平野ですね。はい、それでは
Danny Kid Dynamite Romero was the kind of fighter who made you sit up and pay attention every time he stepped into the ring. The opponent came out strong, putting the young Romero under serious heat early in the fight.
Dan Romero, highly touted out of Albuquerque, New Mexico. High hopes for this young man, Barry.
Yes, indeed, and I believe he draws even as a 4-round fighter. 5,000 and 6,000 people.
But what stood out was how Romero maintained his shape and stayed composed. Even as Jimenez tried to rattle him, you could see the gears turning in Romero's head as he calmly weathered the storm, waiting for the perfect moment to strike.
Jimenez is
18 years of age already, a tremendous start. You know what I like about fighters like Romero, and you see.
right hand. That's it. This guy is a shot. What a right hand. This guy can punch.
Still doesn't know where he is. El Salvador or Scottsdale? Wow, Dynamite. That's why they call him Kid Dynamite, Barry.
Kid Dynamite. Wow. Right hand. Absolutely sensational.
What a beautiful right hand.
How about a knock knocked out a welterweight. That's an incredible shot.
That was so quick, we almost missed it. It was right above us.
115 pounds, he punches like...
Let's slow it down.
160. What's his right hand now? Just measures him, bang, right on the button. Look when that comes, the pivot in behind that, twisted over.
Romero unleashed a right hand that could only be described as a shotgun blast. Pure, unfiltered power. The punch landed flush and Jimenez was out before he even hit the canvas, like someone had flipped his off switch. It was a knockout so clean and brutal that it left no doubt about Romero's talent.
Well, it's best shot of the night, Barry.
Yeah,
without question. That might have been the best shot I've seen in a long time.
Yeah.
One crisp right hand, and Jimenez was through the ropes on his way back to El Salvador. There's a look at Oscar Jimenez. He appears to be okay. We'll continue with our coverage from the Camel View Resort in Scottsdale, Arizona. Humilay ringside with Barry McGuigan. We'll come back with more boxing on Prime Championship Boxing after this. Stay with us. To look at Kid Dynamite, and without question, the dynamite punch of the night was delivered by that gentleman, little Danny Romero out of New Mexico. Albuquerque is the city, and he's got the entire state excited, and certainly the city of Albuquerque very excited. Best right.
I always thought Romero was a super talented fighter. He had the kind of explosive power that you just don't see every day, combined with the composure and boxing IQ that made him a real threat in the ring.
Danny Kid Dynamite Romero.
We were told about this Danny Kid Romero that he was an exciting prospect, that he was a hell of a puncher. He could really bang, and he just closed that up and he folded him up like an accordion. What a right hand.
He certainly did.
Jackson's first world title challenge was against Mike McCallum, the body snatcher. Jackson, with his explosive power, wanted a firefight and decided he'd rather skip the boxing lesson. A lead left hook rocked McCallum, but McCallum, being the seasoned pro, weathered the storm and responded with some low blows. Jackson, being Jackson, didn't do clinches. He'd rather be the apex predator. But maybe a little clinching wouldn't have hurt. At least his ego. The stoppage seemed premature. Jackson was still standing, and with his power, he deserved a fair shake. McCallum might have won anyway, but it's like stopping a rocket launch because the countdown clock is too fast. Jose Badillo was a late substitute. He was a southpaw and ranked number 1 with one of the sanctioning bodies.
Got in well with that jab. Very relaxed, and he's just pumping it out and he's landing every time.
And indulging in a wee bit of showboating as well.
I think this is the best performance of the Prince's career. There was a lot of showboating in this fight.
The gears, and
he's picking the punches excellently.
The Prince uses it as a form of psychological warfare. In the 5th round, there was a classic moment where the Prince was dancing and punching at the same time.
Well, look at this. I think he's trying to do all this for the Sheffield fans. He's playing to the audience, trying to taunt poor Padillo, who's taking all this. Once or twice in the past, Hamed has taken some stick for trying to humiliate his opponents in the ring.
I thought Padillo just didn't have the speed to keep up, and after he got hurt in the 7th round, the corner pulled him out.
Then a right. Blood coming from his nose. This could be the finish now. They want to stop it. Padillo's corner want to stop it. They've rescued him. They don't want him to take any more of this. Well, this was something really from the dance floor, wasn't it?
The crowd reacted to it. They enjoyed it, and he played a little bit more for them.
He's aggressive.
That was a tremendous body shot that got the attention of Yogi Buchanan.
The liver shots Chavez delivered against Buchanan were so brutal, they should have come with a warning label.
Chavez has got him in trouble already.
Julio Cesar Chavez, he had Buchanan.
Oh, that uppercut straight in the head of Buchanan.
Just listen to the sound of those punches.
I think that's unavoidable. Buchanan digging left hand just at the belt line. The round is over.
They could make a grown man whimper.
Oh, what a right hand, and that hurt Buchanan badly.
Buchanan was tough, but by the 3rd round, he'd had enough.
With punches like that right hand, then the left hook. And that's the end of it. That's all he wants. Buchanan said, that's all I want.
That's it.
He's a killer. Julio Cesar.
Chavez landed a few more punches after Buchanan signaled he was done, proving once again that boxing is the sport where no mercy is the official motto.
Rise again at John, 1938. Joe Louis, who meanwhile become heavyweight king by dethroning Braddock, again meets the man who conquered him. But this time Smelling faces a different Louis, a world champion at his feet, cool, keen, and deadly.
Max was a crafty fighter who used a cross-arm defense at times. Joe Louis was just a monster in this fight. He'd been beaten by Max in their first fight and came well prepared for the rematch.
Buckle. Louis lets the moxie at it. The champ starts hitting his opponent with everything but the chin strength. And if you ask Smelling right now, he'll probably tell you the Brown Bomber's walloping him with the sink as well.
What a right hand! Joe shows no mercy and pummels Max to the canvas. This fight was all about Joe Louis's devastating right hand. If boxing had a most powerful punch award, Joe would be the reigning champion. His hands are very fast and he's carrying dynamite in each one.
Knockout, and still the first round. In just 1 minute and 39 seconds, Joe Louis is Flatner's most formidable foe. The Brown Bomber remains the monarch of all his amazing.
Rhodes, of course, due to fight the German Bert Schenk, who pulled out on Monday with a back injury, and you do have to feel sorry for him in all the politicking this week that he's been stripped of his title, but that, for the moment, is another matter. Rhodes just seemed to be shaken up a little, went backwards, and he's got caught here with some punches, and he's a foot down. He was shaken up by one punch, and then the combinations have got Ryan Rhodes in desperate trouble in this first round. And first blood to Jason Matthews. Can Rhodes take this? He's caught again. He's all over the place. His eyes are swimming. He might not get through this round. The bell comes, and it couldn't come quick enough for Ryan Rhodes, who was badly at sea there.
I thought that all started with the counter uppercut of Matthews. He managed to catch Rhodes off guard with a punch that was as surprising as it was effective. Rhodes has an upright style and relies on head movement for defense. Notice how he's at so much risk here when he's hurt.
And gets through that big hooking right hand. 2, 3 clubbing punches, and Rhodes' defenses are down and sinks to the canvas.
Well, Matthews could be on the verge here of a sensational win. This is incredible stuff, really. Great right crosses from him.
Notice that Matthews comes out like a shark who smells blood in the water. I thought that Rhodes' chin was uncomfortably up in the air when he was throwing, and it was just a matter of time before he got bulged to the canvas.
Told by his corner, go out there and put him under pressure. There's blood now from Rhodes' nose, and he's caught by another right hand. And he's looking at a nightmare here, Ryan Rhodes. I don't think he's going to make it. He's going to be counted up, the towel thrown in anyway. It is over, and Jason Matthews from nowhere has become the WBO's middleweight champion, and that certainly was not in the script.
It really feels like Rhodes is asking for a delivery of one large right hand to the chin. It was a bit like someone holding a sign saying, "Hit me right here, on the chin," and Matthews was more than happy to oblige.
Yeah, that was maybe a big mistake. And there, a big right hand from Matthews.
Well, he does have that hands down defense based on reflexes, Ryan Rhodes, and it left him, I'm afraid, as a bit of an open target here when he stood there and tried to trade with Matthews, who already showed his power in the first round.
Well, it was a mistake. He did catch Matthews with a punch there. He obviously felt the danger and felt he had to fight back. There's the decent punch from Rhodes. Matthew comes storming back, takes that in one big right hand.
Well, it's a sensational result, and I know Jason Matthews takes some of his advice from Michael Watson, who used to train in that Crown and Manor gym where Matthews did a lot of his amateur work, and I know he'll be delighted with this result as well tonight.
Robinson's fight against Graziano was a classic war of styles.
You see those flashing fists and that beautiful timing. But again, Robinson has to back up before Graziano.
Graziano's thunderous power met Robinson's slick combination punching.
And Ray goes down. It's an official knockdown.
Robinson's left hook was a weapon of choice, but Graziano's right hand made him take a step back. Despite being dropped by a big swing from Graziano, Robinson's counterattack was a masterpiece, making the fight look like a finely choreographed ballet. If ballet involved a lot of punches,
Graziano has scored the first knockdown. And there goes his mouthpiece, and Graziano hits the canvas. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ray Robinson retains the middleweight championship of the world. Graziano is still trying to kick some life into his legs and some spark into his numbing senses.
Junior lightweight champion of the world this year from Uganda, now living in England, Cornelius Boza Edwards.
Roger Mayweather was an insane athlete. Look out for one of the most athletic combinations you've ever seen.
21-year-old in the black trunks, Roger Mayweather. Right hand, and Carl Sparrow's knees buckled. Sparrow takes 2 more and comes off the ropes and takes a third right hand.
They didn't call him the Black Mamba for nothing. Like the Deadly Snake, he was fast, unpredictable, and when he struck, like with this combination, it was over before you even knew what hit you.
Well, it was the right hand. Jesse Reed lifts Roger Mayweather aloft, and he's a happy young man. And it was the right hand that had hurt him all night, and it landed again, and this one just stunned Carlton Sparrow, who is still a little bit wobbly. When we take a look at that replay, you'll see the right hands that hurt Sparrow.
There's no doubt that Roger had a mean streak in the ring. He follows up here with some of the most vicious right hands you've ever seen. These weren't just punches, they were like guided missiles with bad intentions, and they always seem to find their target. The last one stiffened up the opponent. It was like the kind of power that made you want to say, "I'm just here to watch. Please don't make eye contact with me."
On his side, could not continue. 6 right hands, 5 of them really thunderous. Well, here we'll see both the power and the hand speed of Mayweather, and he's got both. And I'll tell you, Cornelius Boza Edwards may be looking at this and saying, somewhere down the road, I may be facing the Roger Mayweather. Carlton Sparrow certainly got his fill of Mayweather tonight. Tremendous hand speed and great power by Mayweather. Remember, Roger Mayweather, a 130-pounder, but this is a rangy guy, 21 years old with lightning in his fists. And that last right hand really closed the show on Carlton Sparrow. Now let's go to the ring for the official time.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Richard Green stops the bout at 2 minutes 43 seconds of the 4th round. The winner, and still undefeated, Roger Mayweather.
Roger Mayweather wins the Battle of Las Vegas from his rival, Carlton Two Gun Sparrow.
Fought. The answer, no.
Dan Murphy stepped into the ring with Lennox Lewis and immediately regretted it.
Don't forget, in the pros way, good body shots. Boom, bold, double.
Murphy took a hiding that would have made his ancestors wince. Lewis's right hands were so vicious that Murphy was probably seeing his life flash before his eyes between punches. To Murphy's credit, he hung in there, but the longer the fight went, the more uncomfortable it got to watch. The fight ended with Murphy taking a beating so comprehensive, it should have come with a disclaimer. Don't try this at home.
Referee has stopped, which is, I think Lennox is happy with that, and so is his camp.
Lennox Lewis presented with a large boot.
This fight was over very quickly.
Last fight, a minute 44, and this one may not go a whole minute. And Rudy Battle is trying to stop things.
I don't mind the stoppage because Powell was out on his feet and not defending himself. Hopkins really came out fast in this one.
I'm the man in the middleweight division to reckon with. Now, of course, a guy can get hurt out there. And we know, like Tyson, who can hurt guys. And I say I'm a counter with a straight right hand. And if he goes back, I say I'm going to throw 2 left shots to the body. You see, now watch the body shots. I didn't go right for his head. I threw 2 body shots. 1, 2. That's the type of thing that the old fighters used to do. The Sugar Ray Robinsons, the Jake LaMottas went right downstairs.
At 35, Kirtland Lang wasn't ready to hang up the gloves just yet. He went after the European title against Fernandez, trying to get his career back on track and snag another world title shot. If you've seen my previous videos, you know Lang had one of the most unique styles out there. Hands so low, it's like he was daring his opponents to try something. This was basically Lang's last roll of the dice.
That's a good right hand, and the champion is on the floor and his legs are all over the place. He can't stand up straight. He's on his feet, but the legs have gone. Will the referee let him continue? It's a very slow count by the look of things. And Lang now has his chance. He's got him going. It's all over. It's all over. The gum shield's out of the Frenchman's mouth. He's sprawled face down. He'll never beat this count. Gone. The legs are totally gone. They can't let him go on, surely. All over. Second round. And Kirtland Lang, who is pushing 36 years, has won the European title at last. And now knows that anything is possible.
And this final combination, absolutely brutal.
He was standing off all the time, teasing the Frenchman, but he does have fast hands, and that was the rocking right-hand punch. And he went face down. That was the second knockdown.
I thought that the right hand for the first knockdown was such a slick counter.
That was the one. What a stunning right hand that was. Jolted right through to the chin. And he did well.
Lang's accuracy was on fire as he landed clean power shots on the poor Frenchman, who probably wished he was anywhere else. Once again, it was a masterclass from Lang in how to make his unconventional style look downright deadly.
He counted him out on his feet.
Yeah, well, I usually size him up high, right? Size him up, you know, and all it is a single shot that does it. Single shot, clean one.
Right. Did you think you had him at that point?
Yeah, totally. Yeah,
he did well to survive that. This is the second knockdown.
Well, the referee was really lenient with him, man. Hey, look, I could have let off accumulation of punches there. 1, 2, 3, 4, but no, just another one. But I didn't realize I was punching so hard. You know, my trainer said I'm on the hardest punching welterweight going. I must realize and stop believing it.
Well, these are two giants of the ring. Bruno, 16 stone and half a pound, and having to concede 20 pounds, stone and 6 pounds to the Swedish giant, who comes in at 17 stone 6.5. Anders Eklund, the champion.
Bruno fought for the European title against Anders Eklund. Bruno's sharp jab dominated the fight like a maestro conducting an orchestra.
From Stefan Tangstad of Norway. That was in March. Bruno's gone straight into the attack with the big bombing blows. He's given the big man from Sweden a taste of what's coming, and he's already beginning to look very shaky. Albuquerque. Bruno certainly moving around the ring quite neatly. And Bruno at the moment catching him with everything, including good left jabs. He's got him with the right. That was the first really big one that connected. And Eklund hangs on for dear life. He almost went. And the legs have gone.
As the crowd chanted his name, Bruno opened up with a right hand that hurt Eklund badly.
But the giant is hanging on inside. Oh, and the bell has come not a moment too soon for Eklund. Oh, another 30 seconds and it might have been all over. Let's have another look. The first time Bruno had really caught up with him with the right. Look at that. Came chopping in over the top, and suddenly Eklund, another one all over the place. Didn't know where to go. A sample of what Bruno can do to men. That wasn't the one that really did the damage. That was the one. It caught him lower down on the jaw.
And out. Round 4.
And this crowd sensing that Bruno could be on the edge of victory here. He's got him again with the right, and a second one, and he's down. Right at the start of the 4th round, 10 seconds in. Is he going to beat the count? I don't think he is. He's not coming up, and Bruno is the European champion, and he's made his mark in the world.
Bruno jumped on Eklund at the start of the next round and got the finish. Eklund couldn't handle those cuffing inside shots, and Bruno became the European champion.
My lords, ladies and gentlemen, Eklund, having been counted out after 20 seconds of round 4, the winner and new heavyweight champion of Europe is Frank Bruno!
I was trying to set him up, jab him, because he knew the jab was coming all the time. But I wanted to sneak it over the top. I did sneak over the top, but he's a craftsman, you know? He tries to hold and grab you like an octopus, you know? Like you can see there, but I just wanted to just destroy him.
You didn't let him go. Once you had him going, you didn't let him go.
Right, Harry.